flashing peace signs as they drive by with a peace and love symbol on their beetle.
On a very, very colorful float.
And it looks like we have some more kids following them in their own float. This seems to have more of a space theme.
Of course, the theme for this year's homecoming is through the decades, and it appears that this is probably, what, say like 60s, 70-ish kind of float?
Yeah, it looks like a space exploration time to me.
Complete with peace signs and peace, not war signs.
And they are being quickly followed by the K-Kids.
That's right, the K-Kids have their own float. Very excited to be in this parade as well.
And the K-Kids being a part of Kiwanis.
That's right, Matt. And following the K-Kids is Thompson School. I really like that bear right there, you see.
Oh, I remember going to Teddy Thompson.
Oh, really? You went to Teddy Thompson?
I went to Teddy Thompson. How about you,
You were at
Julia?
Thompson Teddy? I actually didn't come to the Davison School District until middle school. So I didn't get to feel the Davison love until then.
Davison is well known for its Teddy Thompson area. A lot of, actually, if you go into that school, the big attraction is a large stuffed bear. I don't know if they've changed that over the years or not, but I do remember that. Similar to the bear you just saw on that float.
Coming up here, we have a tractor, as you can all see. And right here is the class of 2016.
That seems a long ways away.
Here we have some more students and parents as well from Thompson Teddy.
This looks like a heavy load. This truck is really low to the ground. pulling them.
Definitely. More kids from the class of 2016.
Kids look very excited to be out here tonight, wouldn't you say, Julia?
Oh, definitely.
All smiling, waving, and flashing those peace signs as part of the Decades theme.
You know, homecoming is such an exhilarating time of year. There's so much going on, and it's just so much fun.
Yes, it is definitely one of my most favorite times of the season.
And I do believe we have more Thompson Teddies coming our way.
More Thompson Teddies.
Wow. A lot of kids, a lot of smiles, a lot of fun.
This must be a large school.
Well, you went there, you would know, right?
It doesn't, it seems really large when you're that little.
And even more Thompson Teddies.
Followed, of course, by their parents walking around with them, watching them. And some of the younger siblings, it looks like, are even coming through, being carried by their parents.
Of course, parents are such an influential role in elementary education, even younger than that. And parents are very important at Thompson.
And it looks like we have some older people riding these floats, too. It looks like an older brother.
Everyone wants to get in on Davison homecoming parade action.
It's a very involved part of the year.
You know, if it weren't for doing DTV coverage right now, I'd probably try to sneak in the parade somehow.
It
More
looks-
Thompson Teddies. Wow.
Except for all of you
Oh.
at home and you on the street, it looks like just about everyone else is in this parade in Davison.
Big time of year. Now, I think this is the end, finally the end of Thompson Teddies, but here you can see 2002 homecoming queen, Ashley the Victor. Now, Ashley is familiar to the Davison DTV program. She was a member last year. She did some feature stories for us, and hi, Ashley. Nice to see her. Ashley is now attending Michigan State.
And on what is she going into right now?
I think she's going to broadcast journalism, but here you can see the senior court. Here's Mandy Burns. She's up for homecoming. She's a homecoming candidate, also a member of DTV, followed by Kelly Glish, who is a senior class president, also very involved in the school. Following Kelly is Ms. Megan McCormick. Following Ms. Megan McCormick, we have Ms. Corey Towler. Corey, who is involved in many athletics here at the school.
And following her would be Nicole Warmbier, also a member of DTV this year and last year also.
And here you can see she has a cardboard cutout of Mr. Noodle's head, who's also, he was up for a homecoming position. To tell you right now.
Of course, part of the Davison football team.
Oh yes, definitely. We'll be rooting them on tonight. Now coming up is the Davison varsity pom-pom team. Very busy performing all this week, especially with the kickoff assembly and today's pep assembly.
Yes, we saw a lot of different routines and different times. They split up in many groups and had different kinds of dance routines for us during the kickoff assembly, and they seem to be in spirits today.
Oh, thank you. They're giving us candy.
And there's JV Pom Pom following them right behind. And a couple walkers.
Now here you can see the Davison Middle School Pom Pom squad.
And as you can see, we have a large truck coming in right now.
A very patriotic truck, I would say.
I would also say that. They're trying to get everybody's attention, honking their horn coming through here.
Well, you know what? I think that they're working it. I really do think everyone's paying attention to this very patriotic symbol.
It looks like they're throwing something out of there. I don't know what exactly that is yet.
The candy?
I can't tell that. They're throwing something out.
Now, here you can see Judge Conover truck. Of course, sponsored by Montague & Son Towing. This is part of the DARE program.
Followed by a golf cart, which also has a DARE sticker on it.
With even more DARE kids following behind.
And a large vehicle, looks almost military. Many DARE kids, they look enthused to be here. And if you can't hear that noise, that is the fire trucks coming through right now. They also fighting for some attention here,
Yeah.
wouldn't you say, Julia?
Well, you do know we are stationed right outside the fire department.
This is their territory. They can do what they want.
Of course, they're followed by an ambulance and then another fire truck. We actually saw these guys preparing for the parade as we were setting up today.
Yes, we did. They had the ladder all the way up.
And let me tell you, it went up very high.
I wouldn't be caught dead on one of those. We have some students hanging out of there. Enjoying the ride, waving at the camera.
Well, you know what it says in there? 102 feet. That's pretty high.
That is pretty high.
Okay, now here you can see the Key Club officers. Key Club also a very integral role in the community, do a lot of community service.
Thank you.
And they're handing out candy as well. Cynthia Aker wants to wish DTV. Oh.
Hey, and that is Autumn Perry, also part of the DTV, stopping by.
Autumn graduated last year. She was class of 2003 graduate. Very important part of DTV, we might add. Now here you can see cheerleading.
They're coming through, lots of school spirit. They look excited to be here as ever.
School spirit is so essential for homecoming.
I know we mentioned earlier the pom-pom on the kickoff and the assembly, but they also were performing on both of those occasions.
And here you can see varsity, JV, and freshman teams. I think that might even be the middle school.
Yes, it looks like it is, following right behind them.
And following right behind the cheerleaders, of course, is the Davison High School marching band.
And they're such an intricate part of school spirit. Also, this is just
A very
dripping
big part
with
of halftime. I mean, and not only halftime, the entire game as well. They're always there for all the music and support. And, you know, music is so important for all events.
It's easy to see right now why they have the parade right before the game. It just gets everybody ready. There's a lot of spirit going on right now in this area. Lots of smiles, lots of faces, everyone very happy, excited for the game tonight.
We're just going to take a few moments listening on this music. of the marching band are the baton twirlers. As you can see on your screen right now, also members of the color guard. All here to put on a great show. And as you'll see tonight from our live broadcast of the football game right here on Channel 19, DTV's coverage of 2003 homecoming football game, you'll be able to see the homecoming part as well. And these guys are truly amazing in how they do everything. I mean, we're up high, we can see everything up from pretty good view, and it's just incredible at how all the formations are set up, how all the choreography is. I don't really know how they do it. It's just incredible to watch.
I would have to say, from my standpoint, just seeing them, there must be a lot of dedication, a lot of practice work. They seem flawless right now, and also many times on Friday nights, I know. And I don't know if you noticed, but just scanning down this marching band, have you ever realized how many people are actually in this?
There's a ton of people, now that you pointed out. Of course, you can catch the marching band during halftime for all of the home football games. Of course, we do all of those broadcasts right here from Davison, DTV's coverage, right here on Channel 19, so be sure to tune in for all that.
And we're looking at hopefully a pretty nice evening here. As many of you
Hopefully.
may know, last Wednesday the Powder Puff game was rained out.
Oh, yeah,
Very
Powder Puff
upsetting.
game has been rescheduled for Monday. We'll be bringing you highlights of that next week.
On our regular scheduled announcements time, if you can tune in at that time.
Yes, you'll be able to catch them on DTV News Live, of course, airing in the morning. DTV News Live, I should say. Everything we do here is live, folks.
And they just look very disciplined walking by here. They all
there's
know
such
their
dedication.
role. Looking straight forward, hitting their notes perfectly, and just absolutely in sync with each other.
Following the marching band, we see marching band alumni. Of course, many of the graduates of Davison High School have gone through the marching band, and they're here today to show that. Coming up after the marching band alumni, we'll be able to see Miss Davison pretty soon. Of course, this year is Allison Seaman. Allison Seaman is a senior right here at Davison High School. Allison is also very accomplished. She's also very accomplished in music.
Yeah, we've aired some musicals ourselves for DTV, or live from DTV. Actually, it's part of the school, but she's had a lot of solos over the years, and she's just an intricate part of that choir.
Very, very important. She's so sweet, too. Very nice.
And seen to her right and left, that is, if I'm not
Pam
mistaken,
Elger on the left.
Pam Elger and Jenny Amble.
Now, Pam Elger is a senior.
Yes, she is also a senior, and Jenny Amble, she is a junior this year, class of 2005.
Following behind them is Sarah Masters, as well as Jessica Stevens. Both of them are senior class officers.
Very excited.
They're
They have
carrying
the
the
Spirit Stick,
which the seniors won today at the pep assembly. Rightfully so, I might add. Being a senior myself might sound a little biased, but you know what? It's about time.
Being a junior, I must admit that they deserved it. It's their last year. It looks like we're stopped right now.
Just a little bit.
Probably the marching band walking through.
But you know what only gives you a great view of a float we have right here. This is the class of 2004, the senior class.
And that's an okay float compared to the junior float.
Let's just say the seniors haven't had the best effort putting together their floats, but nonetheless, they pull through at the end.
A little bit of a grammatical error there, saying we ain't afraid of those calves, but a nice try there.
We ain't afraid of those calves.
So
Ain't
it's
that
a very
something?
interesting float, though, I must add. It is
Oh, really?
very great.
Okay. Well, coming up, you can see the junior officers. Matt, you want to list off these people here?
On your left, that is Stephanie Van Steenberg. In the middle, that would be Allison Girding. And on the right, that would be, if I'm not mistaken, the class president, Katie Streeter.
And check out this float. Wow. You guys didn't pull any stops for this.
They work really hard on this. I know it takes a few weeks for most of the grades, and that's Bill Bram throwing candy at me.
And right behind them is the freshman princess, Ms. Jessica Bram. Jessica Bram, of course, is a junior. Homecoming prince. Well, I should say junior class prince is Trent Mitchell.
And the prince for that grade right now is with the football team. You'll see him tonight on our coverage. That is Trent Mitchell.
have the sophomore class officers.
And from left to right, that looks like Megan Lehman, Zach Burns, and I can't quite recognize the other person in that getup.
There's
But
some war paint action going on there. And you
running
can see their
through
float.
very quickly.
Sophomore float's very
A little
interesting
excited.
as well.
It is very interesting, and the car pulling it is very interesting. They also look just like all the other floats, like they put a lot of work into
Oh,
it.
definitely.
And that's a big part of this time of year.
So true. They even have music accompanying their float, which is very interesting to know.
That's a nice touch. And it looks like they have a score of 60 to 19
Wow.
there.
Now you can see the sophomore prince and princess.
That is Adam Klemecki and Megan Kitchen.
I think the girls would be cold in their dresses right now. It's pretty chilly out here. When we're
They
sitting.
look chilly. She's really set looking right there.
Here's the freshman class officers. And following them is the freshman float. Well, they must have worked a long time on this as well. Jeez, look at the
They
attention
also
to
have
detail.
music. That is
Wow.
very attentive to detail.
And following them are the freshman prince and princess.
I must say that is a great try. That is very possibly a winning float right there.
That, quite possibly.
And that is Jordan Bridget, younger brother to Justin Bridget, who also went to Davison. He was a basketball player here.
Really? Now here you have SAD, that is of course the Students Against Destructive Decisions. DTV's own Mike McManaman put together a very interesting feature package about how the club works and their goals and aims. Friends don't let friends drive drunk is their motto.
And I do remember that package. It was very, very
Well, it'll be airing
persuasive.
Monday, so if you're interested, you can be sure to turn in DTV News Live Monday morning. Here you have student council representatives.
And on the right, that is Shannon McNally.
On the left is Ashley Minto.
And who is that we're being followed by?
Looks like some little kids. Not quite yet ready for high school, but nonetheless dressed up and ready to get excited for homecoming action.
Yeah, they may not be high schoolers, but they're definitely excited for the high schoolers.
Well, you know what, Matt? Because Spirit has no age limits.
I must agree with that, Julia.
Here you can see the Team Falcons.
That is part of youth football, of course.
And you'll be seeing much more youth football coming up in this parade. Here we see the Chiefs
Followed, yes, by the Chiefs.
and then the Panthers.
They seem very interested in the candy they found on the floor right here. Now, this is actually, I would have to say, a step up from last year. I don't know if you remember, but it was a little rainy at the time.
I really love their whole getup. I mean, everything's so colorful and bright and matches well. It's wonderful. Here you can see the Seahawks, is it,
The
I believe?
Seahawks, and some of them even have their hair painted, very detailed. Very
now
excited.
that's school spirit. Here we have the Patriots cheerleaders.
And they come through with some older brothers and sisters, I might say, unless they are just large elementary school kids.
And here we have the Dolphins and the accompanying cheerleaders as well, quickly followed by the Raiders.
Now, as we said earlier, of course, these aren't high schoolers, but they're very important to have such a program. As they get older, they will be already introduced to football, which is a big part of
And you know
Davison.
what? We'll probably be seeing them playing a homecoming game
Hopefully.
in a few years. So
I was just going to
be
say,
on the lookout for
hopefully you'll
that.
see that on DTV in about,
Here we
I
have the
think I
Broncos.
saw, I was thinking I saw
Very
the,
enthusiastic, love the camera.
I remember class of 2016 was kindergartners, so maybe these kids are about 10 years away.
These are quite a rowdy bunch. These are the Redskins. Of course, they're all decked out in maroon and gold, it looks like. Davison colors.
They are very excited by the camera here. They
Looks
want
like
you
all
all
these
at home to
kids are
see them.
excited. Here we have the Packers, as you can see jumping up and down on your screen.
They definitely want to be seen, and they're also flashing me peace signs.
Hey, you know, that's my brother right there.
That is your brother.
That is my brother.
Oh, we're not handing out candy.
Sorry,
Sorry.
kids, we can't hand out candy. We're on the air right now. Okay, now you can see the Jaguars and the cheerleaders for the Jaguars as well, quickly followed by the Lions.
The Lions, you may know,
Let's not even go there, Matt.
the actual franchise isn't faring so well this year. but hopefully these kids are having a little bit more fun.
And that's the goal of the game, is to have fun. Kind of pause for a minute. Here we can see the Lions cheerleaders.
And it looks right behind the Lions are the Cardinals. I see the Go Cards.
Oh yeah, definitely. Cardinals.
Very excited chanting things here. They're chanting some phrases here. They have their own little cheer squad there.
You know, there's some interesting color combinations. I mean, we've seen every color arrangement, red and gold, yellow and black, white and black, green and white. I don't know where it ends. But here we have the Chargers, quickly followed by the Eagles. And you know what? Some members of the Chargers are with their dogs in uniforms as well. You folks caught that?
So even the dogs here in Davison have school spirit, in case you
And then on
missed
the tail
that.
end are the Texans. Coming up, we have the We Care program for 2003-2004 school year.
The Texans, which we just talked about, that's a new team for the youth football. It's actually an expansion team in the NFL, which they get their names from, so that must be a newer
really?
team, I would say.
Well, I didn't know that. That's cool. Of course, we have a bunch more enthusiastic kids and parents all geared up for the homecoming game. All part of the homecoming parade.
And that is, in case you missed that, that was Lindsay Shoemaker going by doing the chicken dance with that vehicle.
And also going by were the Tiger Cubs. Now we have, is the Boy Scouts now we have?
I think it's the Cub Scouts now.
Cub Scouts, oh, okay.
I was a part of that for 1 year, and I must say that is a great institution.
Followed by the Boy Scouts, oh, okay.
Here are the Boy Scouts now.
Uh-huh.
They're also excited to be on camera.
Quickly following the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts is a very classic car. What do we have here, Matt?
Ooh, this is a GTO. Very beautiful.
I can see you drooling over this car right now.
I'm sure many viewers at home are also doing that. He's driving by just slow enough to bring it out.
Now that's a 64 GTO from the Davison Free Methodist Church. Here we have the Richfield Nazarene Academy.
And followed by a car, very Fast and Furious type looking.
Oh, it does look Fast and Furious. We straight out of the movie.
And there is Mr. Beatty, once a substitute teacher here, must now work at Richfield.
Now, you know that Fast and Furious car we're talking about? You could win that car, or you could win $10,000 cash. Of course, you can catch all that in the Oktoberfest coming up from St. John the Evangelist Church, October 17th through 18th of this year.
Here we have a tow truck.
Lonnie's M15 Towing and Recovery.
Hopefully they won't have to use this during the parade at all.
Hopefully, or after.
And here's Auto Add-ons. They're driving a decked-out truck here.
That's a very decked-out car. Very truck, yeah. Very accessorized, I would say.
Running lights, decals, everything, all the...
Now, I think, are we coming up to the tail end of the parade? Is this the end?
It looks like we're getting there, Julia. And this is the Davison Police finishing up the parade.
You know what, folks? It's been a lot of fun. And thanks for tuning in to the coverage of this year's DTV coverage of the 2003 Homecoming Parade. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you again next year. Have a great time.